Yes, we are live. Welcome back, my dear friends. This is episode number 112 on the Zero Point Healing Show. And today I have with me an amazing emotion code, body code practitioner, and we are going to discuss on the topic of fibromyalgia. And this is the first time that we are discussing on this topic, and it's amazing that we get to talk about this today. But before I move on to my guest, just a short intro about me. I am Vishnupriya and I am certified in multiple different holistic healing modalities. So in my beautiful journey towards into this beautiful holistic healing world, I was taken into, I feel it as different departments of holistic healing. Each of these beautiful modalities, even though they look different, I feel there is a connection between all of them. And all of that actually helps us change ourselves at the end of the day, change our subconscious thoughts, subconscious beliefs, and our emotions, especially. And that's what I really, really love about the emotion code, body code. But, anyways, long story short, all of these beautiful exposure that I got into these modalities inspired me to create this kind of a platform that I call zeropointhealing.com. It is a web directory with all different holistic healing modalities and all different beautiful holistic healing practitioners, instructors, therapists, facilitators, healers, and so on. So that's what this whole show is all about. And all of those practitioners who are registered on zeropointhealing.com, I invite them into this interview show. And if you are a holistic healing practitioner yourself, I invite you to zeropointhealing.com. You can register there and you can also contact me if you would like for this interview show, if you would like to participate in it. All right, so that's my short intro, and now I'm moving on to my beautiful guest here. Welcome, Jen. Thank you so much for joining me in this show. So, tell us a little bit about yourself and your exciting journey into this world of holistic healing.
Oh, well, that's a big question. Hi, Vishnupriya. It's lovely to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me. I appreciate the space. So my journey. Okay, so I just got to a place where in my life where I just felt that my glass was always half empty and it was never half full, and I didn't like being that person. I was very lucky and privileged, but I never really saw myself as being that way. I was never very grateful. And there were things in my childhood that had happened and that I had carried with me, and that I just in a place got to a space where I didn't want to have it anymore. So you know what they say about when the student is ready, the doors open or the teachers appear. And that's exactly what happened for me. When I realized that I wanted to change, and Joe Dispenza talks about this in his books, and that was one of the first books I read. And he says that often we know we want to change, but our outcomes are so predictable because we've had the same outcomes over the years that we get to a place where we expect the same outcome. So I always expected to almost to fail, or I expected to not succeed, or I expected to struggle, or I expected not to have money. And that was my truth. And then when I started this journey towards, I suppose, greater consciousness and letting go of my past, I fell in with some astonishing healers. And one of the healers was a emotion code, body code practitioner who I still see today. This was at least 5 years ago where I started doing this journey. I still see her now. Every month I get healed with her. And she's an amazing healer, and I believe she's transformed my life. I've transformed my life too, because you have to take ownership for this. You have to take things into your own hands and to take the power back. And I am now a person whose glass is always half full. I'm now a person who believes completely in abundance. I'm now a person who believes completely that she will always succeed, that she has the best chance, that she is worthy, and things are going to work for her. So I've very much shifted my mindset. And of course, the other thing that's happened to me that along the journey is that I have had things like hip pain, knee pain, I've had joints, finger joint issues, and my healer has released all of those from me as well. So I'm probably in a much healthier space now at an older age than maybe I was, in my 40s and 50s. So that's I guess that's in a nutshell. I think that's why I became a healer.
Wow, this is an amazing story coming through those. And I really love how you put that in place, which is seeing the glass half full rather than half empty. So now let's talk about fibromyalgia. I think you already kind of touched on the topic of joint pains. So tell us a little bit about that, as well as maybe you can give us a short intro about emotion code, body code, and how that actually helps us release pain from our body.
Okay, sure. I'll be happy to do that. So let's have a quick look at the body code and the emotion code. And I know you've interviewed other people with this, so I'm not going to belabor the point too much. But the emotion code and the body code were originated by an amazing American chiropractor called Dr. Bradley Nelson. And he is now retired, but his work continues. And in fact, more and more practitioners are being drawn to his work every day. So what he says in the body code is he says that there are 6 foundational imbalances which we can work on. So let's say, for example, a client comes to me with, I will talk about fibro, but for now I'm going to use a back pain as an example because it's a very simple, easily illustrated point. So someone comes to me with back pain, let's say, and then I go and I look at my body code chart, I look at the foundational imbalances, and the place I go to is structural imbalances, and then I'm shown vertebra. There's a problem with a vertebra low down in the back. And then what I do is I ask, is there anything in my list of 60 trapped emotions, which are negative, low emotional, vibrational energies? Things like pride, shame, shock, unworthy, worthless, humiliation. Is there anything feeding that imbalance in that vertebra? And so far, in my experience, 99% of the time, there is indeed something feeding that, some sort of emotion that we've absorbed, we haven't been able to process, we haven't sat with it, we haven't embraced it, we haven't felt it, we haven't acknowledged it, we've pushed it down, we've pushed it away. And that then is sitting in the vertebra. It's trapped in the tissues and the organs of the body. And what happens when we release those trapped emotions, very often then there becomes a relief in the vertebra. There's actually a relief of, like a releasing of the pain and the discomfort of that vertebra, which then of course means that the back pain is much less, or is indeed in some cases completely gone. So that's how the two sort of work together. The emotion code sort of informs and supports the body code. So when there's an imbalance in the body code, very often it's packed with these emotional vibrations which we have not been able to release, we haven't been able to deal with. So that's, I guess, the body code in a capsule. And that's my point of view. Let me tell you that I don't represent Dr. Bradley Nelson in any way, manner, or form. This is my understanding. It's my interpretation of how this works. So it's a wonderful modality because what happens is, I mentioned to you trapped emotions of things like humiliation, shame, shock, unworthy. And so if you think about those are on the low end of the vibration scale. The things that are on the high end of the vibrational scale are things like love and joy and gratitude. And if we have many of these low vibration energies, which we've trapped in our tissues and bodies, what happens is that we can tend to resonate at a lower frequency than we really want to. And an illustration of that, I think a great illustration of that is if you think of something that happened to you when you were a child, something that brings back sad memories. Think of something that was not good in your life. And if you think about that, what happens is we can access, at a blink of an eye, we can access those emotions. We can again feel sad. We can feel overwhelmed. We can feel humiliated. And that is because we're still holding those emotions trapped in our tissues and organs. We're able to very easily access them. And the purpose of my work, I believe the purpose of my work is to help people to have a better life and to have a happier life, and to release those trapped energies so that they are not vibrating on the low end of the scale. There's more space for them to vibrate at the upper end. Okay, so that's the body code and the emotion code in a nutshell. Would you like me to talk about fibromyalgia now?
Yes, yes, that would be
Okay.
amazing.
Cool. Okay. I'm going on a bit. I'm thinking maybe we're running out of time. All right. So fibromyalgia. So I think the reason I attracted this client, and it sounds a funny thing to say to you, but I prayed for a fibromyalgia client because I had heard in all my practice as a body code practitioner, I'd heard that fibromyalgia is very, very responsive to body code work. And I kept on thinking, when am I going to have a person who has fibro? And luckily for me, she came into my sphere, and she was the most wonderful client in so many ways, because she was incredibly skeptical, and she had a discovery call with me, and she said from the get-go, Jen, I think this is a load of rubbish, but someone's recommended you, a very good friend who I trust has recommended you, raved about you, I'm going to give it a shot. I said, okay, that's great, whatever. I don't really mind whether you believe in this or not. Anyway, I did 2 sessions with her. One I did in my healing circle, which is a weekly Thursday healing circle, which is a group healing session I have with people all over the world. And the other one was a one-to-one session where we did it via Zoom, much as we are doing here. And what she had fibro. And, for me, I was so excited when she came because I love the challenge of figuring out tough issues that doctors just don't seem to be able to crack. I love to see how fast we can move people out of pain and into peace. So when she came for fibro, she really was a dream come true. She was a prayer that had been answered for me. And the first thing that came to us when I had connected with her energetically and I was facilitating her healing for her, because of course I don't do this, it is channeled through me. The first thing that came to my attention was that she had imbalanced and misaligned ligaments. Now, ligaments are the elastic bits that connect all the joints in our body, bone to bone. And if you think about that, doesn't that make sense? That her ligaments were out of alignment, and therefore she couldn't make a fist to open a door because her hands were so sore. And this is all these ligaments in these joints were out of balance and misaligned, and her back and her hips and her legs and her knees were all causing her huge pain and discomfort. So we found that, and before I was able to release the ligaments and balance the ligaments, what also came up was that she had a trapped image, and this image was a mental image in her head of her being humiliated. And then also what came up was a will to die energy. And a will to die energy is when we are in a depressed place, a really bad place, and we can kind of trap the energy. So she had all of these things going on, and packing each one of those. So there was a will to die, and it was packed with, if you like, it was held up by and fed by many trapped emotions, which we released, and then we could release the will to die. Then what we did was the trapped image was packed by lots of trapped emotions, heart walls, psychic trauma, I can't remember. It was all these energies. We released those, and then we were able to release in turn the trapped image. And once we'd done all that, then her ligaments said, hey, sort me out. I'm ready to let this go. Let's get balanced. And I sorted out, I released her ligaments. I balanced, reset, realigned her ligaments. And we did that over 2 sessions. As I say, the one was a healing circle session, which is a group session, and one was the one-to-one. And I had the most wonderful feedback from her, and she made me laugh. She sent me the most stunning WhatsApp message, and she said, well, you know what, Jen, you know that I was extremely skeptical, but I really have to say, with huge gratitude, she said, thank you for taking me on this healing journey. And I said to her, you know what, I didn't take you on the healing journey. God took you. You contracted with God. You contracted with God or the universe or spirit or whoever you want to call that energy. And I was just the facilitator. That's all I did. And so that was wonderful. I was truly grateful for her. We haven't fixed it yet. I believe that, I don't know what your belief system, my belief system is that although she had a fantastic result and she hasn't actually come back to me because she's feeling so great, I do believe there's still more to go. She may never come back to me because she's just feeling so much better. But I believe completely that, it's like going on diet. If I've been eating badly for the last 10 years or the last 5 years and I decide I want to be slim and beautiful again, I'm not going to achieve that in 1 day or 2 days. I need to have, and I would think typically she probably needs 3 sessions, maybe 3 or 4. But the point is, it's fixable. I believe completely, it's something we can do. We can make it better. And that is truly is such a blessing. I am so grateful that I could help her.
Wow, this is amazing. And especially, I can, as you are explaining, helping a client release pain and see how much, we are able to help them is should have been such an amazing, fulfilling work for you as well. So this is amazing. So let's now move on. I was thinking, as you have offered a demo healing. So, my dear audience, Jen informed me that she would love to do a demo healing so she can kind of show you how this body code system works. And then we will continue our conversation.
Awesome. Okay, well, that sounds exciting. Do you want to tell me what I'm going to help you with?
Sure. So, since we were talking about the pain in general, physical pain, for the past 2 weeks, I had been running around, and my soles of my feet, especially on my toes, I have maybe, I do not know how to say it, maybe dead skin or something, but both of my toes on my soles, it hurts a lot. So if I kind of, stand for two days or working days, it starts hurting so bad. So that might be something I can work on.
Okay, all right. Well, I'd love to. I'd love to. As I said to you, I'm always so excited to have a challenge and to see if there's something I can do to help. So I won't make any promises, but I certainly will say I'll do my best for you. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, I'm just going to ask for help because I've already explained that this is something that I channel. So I'm just going to ask for help for us. Okay, all right. So I'm going to make a connection with you. I'm going to make an energetic connection. And think of me building an energy bridge between the two of us. So I'm going to start off by saying my name is Jen. This is my yes. I'm swaying backwards and forwards. My name is Fred Astaire. That's my no. I'm swaying from side to side. It's safe and appropriate for me to connect with you now, Vishnupriya. Yes, that's a yes. May I connect with you? I may. My name is Vishnupriya. My name is Vishnupriya. We have a connection. We have a strong connection. Okay, so my intention is to help you with whatever it is that's causing the pain in your toes, on the soles of your toes, under your foot, when you have to stand for a long time. Is that correct?
That's right, yes.
Okay, all right. Is there something I can do to help you with this? Yes, there is. It's on this chart, and it is a trapped emotion of indecisiveness. This is affecting all of your organs, and this is something that you created in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, between 8 and 9 years ago. Okay, it's about 8 to 9 years ago. It's indecisiveness. And if we have a look at what indecisiveness is, according to what Dr. Bradley Nelson says, just opening my chart, he says, I think it's quite clear what it is, but it's sometimes quite useful to see what he says about it because it gives you a slightly different perspective. So it's an inability to make a decision, wavering back and forth between one choice and another, stems from distrust of the self or doubting the ability to make a good decision. So I'm not going to ask you what that was. I'm just going to ask you, just think about that and think about, does it resonate with you? It doesn't really matter whether it does or not, because I'm going to release it from you. Am I able to release this from you now? Can I release indecisiveness? Yes. So with love and the very best intentions, I strike my magnet along my main meridian, acting as your proxy. I release indecisiveness from you. I release it now with love and the best intentions, and I balance your being. Okay? Do you have a trapped emotion of indecisiveness? No. Have we released this from you? Yes. Okay, is there something else I can release from you in order to help you to release this discomfort under your toes? I'm getting peeved, and peeved always amuses me. It's literally pissed off. So there was something that annoyed you. It's irritated, annoyed, exasperated, irked, aggravated, ticked off. Okay, so peeved. When did you have peeved? You had this when you were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's about 8 to 9 years ago. So something happened at about 8 to 9 years ago where you were involved with indecisiveness and peeved. Okay, are we able to release this from you? Is it affecting all of your organs? Yes. Do we need to know more about this? No. Can we release this from you now? Yes. So with love and the very best intentions, Vishnupriya, we release from you these trapped emotions of peeved. As we do, we bring balance to all parts of your being that have been affected by this. Release peeved from you now. Have we released peeved? Yes. Have we balanced your being? Yes. Okay, there's something else we can release from this, from your toes. Taken for granted, trapped emotion of taken for granted, yes. And this is when it's 8 to 9 years ago. Taken for granted, affecting all of your organs. Yes, it's affecting all of your organs. And I'm getting skin here. So skin is one of your organs. It's your biggest organ. All right, so it's all of your organs. When we say all of your organs, we're encompassing skin. Okay, so taken for granted. Let's just have a look. You have a think about that 8 to 9 years ago. Then I'll tell you what my list says. So Dr. Bradley says it's feeling treated with careless indifference, not given thanks for something accomplished, similar to being ignored. Okay, so taken for granted 8 to 9 years ago. May I release this from you? Do I need to know more about this? Can we release it from you now? So with love and the very best intentions, we release taken for granted from you. As we do, we bring balance to all parts of your being that have been affected by this. Release it now with love and the very best intentions. Have we released taken for granted from you? Have we balanced your being? Okay, have you got time for another one, or would you like to continue with the interview?
We have some few more minutes.
Okay, cool. All right, there's something else we can release from you. It is rejection. It's rejection. It's a trapped emotion of rejection. It is also affecting all of your organs, and it's also your skin. Is there anything else I need to know about rejection? No. It's 8 to 9 years ago. Okay, so this is about 8 to 9 years ago again, and it's a trapped emotion of rejection, which is feeling denied, feeling refused or rebuffed, discarded as useless or unimportant, cast out, unwanted, and forsaken. Okay, so this is a trapped emotion of rejection. Can we release this from you now? Yes. So with love and the very best intentions, Vishnupriya, we release rejection from you. As we do, we bring balance to all parts of your being that have been affected by this. We release rejection with love and the very best intentions. Have we released rejection from you? Have we balanced your being? There's a trapped emotion of longing. Trapped emotion of longing. Do you have a trapped emotion of longing? You do. And this is trapped in all of your organs? No. This is in your reproductive organs. It's in your glands. Okay, when we say glands, we mean things like reproductive organs. Okay, is this also 8 to 9? No, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 8 years ago. So about 7 to 8 years ago, you experienced a trapped emotion of longing, which is to have a strong desire or craving, a yearning or a pining, an aching for, to miss someone or something, to want something you do not have. And the example given here is she longed for a different life. Can we release longing from you? Is there more than one we can release? No. Okay, with love and the best intentions, we release from you longing. As we do, we bring balance to all parts of your being that have been affected by this. Release longing from you with love and the very best intentions. Okay, well, I don't know if any of that resonates, but anyway, I hope it does, and I hope that I'm just going to set the intention for you to process joyously, easily, and with light and love. I open your chakras, your meridians. I balance, I reset, I open and align your chakras and your meridians for ease of energy flow, for your peaceful and easy processing.
Wow, thank you.
You're welcome. I really hope it helps you. I hope that you notice a difference.
Yes, and that's so amazing. It was
Thank
totally
you.
different for me to see you doing the session compared to, as you might know, I had been doing multiple interviews as well as doing multiple sessions with
Mm.
different practitioners. You are very different, and I can see you are also so much gifted. So
Oh,
nice.
thank you. Thanks.
It was
I
so
think we all
beautiful.
channel differently. You know, I think all of us are different and we all have different ways and interpretations.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, we are all so unique in our own beautiful ways, and that makes us so beautiful. So, thank you so much.
yes.
And now we will
Very welcome.
quickly, thank you. So, we will quickly go into, so tell us a little bit about the services that you're offering. I think you mentioned about the group versus individual. So, tell us a little bit about that. Do you provide online sessions, in person sessions? So, take us through all of your
Okay.
services.
Okay. All right. Well, all of my healing is done. It's either done via email and I never meet the person with some people, or it's done by telephone call, or it's done by Zoom, as we are doing, or Messenger, or Facebook Messenger video call, or WhatsApp. But I haven't been doing in-person sessions now for the last year, um, and I find that the global that you know the online stuff works fantastically well. It's you know it doesn't matter where people are in the world. So I guess on my website I have the bog standard stuff. You know, I have packages where you can buy 6 packages of emotion code stroke body code sessions and you get a discount for that. And I have a 3-month sort of session package. I think the package that I'd like to talk about more than the other packages is the healing circle. And what I do is I offer a weekly healing circle, and it's wonderful. It's a wonderful experience for me, and I think it's, judging by the feedback I get, it's an amazing experience for my clients. So what we do is we connect remotely. I don't do a Zoom. I don't do a nothing. I just sit here at home in my office at 12 o'clock. I think, oh, it's time for healing circle. I ask for help. I set it up. I set the intention. I set the environment, and then I heal. And what people do is they book with me, and they send me a thing they want to work with. So, for example, I might work with hip and back pain for you, and for someone else, I might work with erectile dysfunction, and for another person, I might work with snacking endlessly in front of the TV was one of my favorites. I might work with something like lack of confidence. You know, I mean, you know, it's a whole gamut. It's anything really. It seems to be anything. So far, I haven't actually found what is the limit of this work. So I connect with each person within the group, and I work with that person in a group setting for about 50 minutes. 40, 50 minutes. And that, so basically it's a weekly healing circle where I heal many people all at the same time. Everyone benefits at the same time. And it's super, super affordable because I offer 4 sessions for the price of 3. And I'm offering on top of that, if you put in your 0-point discount code, you'll get 10% off the top of that as well. And I think that's pretty cool. It's a wonderful way to see if energy healing works for you and if you resonate with it. And then the other thing I offer, apart from my normal emotion code body code session, which is an hour session, I offer an emotion body code session, which is a COVID session. And the reason I offer this is because as I prayed for a fibromyalgia patient or client, so I have prayed also for a COVID client, because I'm very curious to try my healing methods with COVID. And especially now, we find that COVID is not just the dreadfulness of being sick, which is bad enough. There's this awful COVID tail where people are experiencing the most dreadful after effects, which seem to be carrying on through their lives. Once they've recovered from the actual COVID, they have all sorts of other horrible things happen to them. And because it's so mysterious, I would just love to give that a shot. So I think I've been called to do this. I think it's part of my purpose, because I've got a calling to help people cope. And what I've done is I've offered a 21% discount on my COVID. So it's a normal body emotion code session, but it's aimed at COVID. It's 21% off the normal price. Those are
Wow.
my packages and
Amazing
sessions.
set of services there, especially the COVID one. I think is one of those ones which I feel is very much needed for the world right now. So thank you so much for putting yourself out there and sharing with us all of your amazing healing gifts. So thank you so much. And that's one of the things, especially doing this, talking to you, I'm able to feel that energy from you, how much grateful that you are with the work that you're doing and the beautiful way in which you're sharing this with the world. So my personal thank you, thank you, thank you for all the work that you're doing. So my dear, beautiful audience here, thank you so much for watching us. And as you can see, the beautiful healing gift that Jen kind of showcased to us today. If you would like to book a session with her, you can just click on the link right below this video. As she already mentioned, there is an additional 10% off discount. You can just let her know that you found her from 0 Point, and the coupon code itself is 0 Point. That's ZEROPOINT. That's 0 Point. So you can just let her know about it and she'll give you that 10% off discount. Thank you so much, Jen. It was such a beautiful, amazing session and a beautiful interview as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vishnupriya. I've enjoyed it so much. I think I've spoken. Grateful.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, my dear viewers, I'm going to see you in my next show. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can choose to subscribe and share this video with your friends or family, especially if there is anybody that you know who is affected with COVID. Please do share this video with them. This might be of help to them as well. Thank you so much. I'm going to see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you, Jen. Bye.